Coronation Street viewers believe they may have uncovered a major clue about who really killed Theo Silverton after a suspicious selfie scene appeared to hint at the identity of the murderer. Several different characters are currently under suspicion following the villain's shocking death in the long-running ITV soap drama. Fans of Coronation Street are convinced they noticed an important detail connected to Theo Silverton's murder after Gary Windass became the latest resident to face questioning from the police over the brutal crime. Regular viewers of the ITV serial drama already know that Theo was killed after months of causing fear and misery around Weatherfield, where he subjected his husband, Todd Grimshaw, to horrific mental torment and violent physical abuse throughout their 13-month relationship. Recent episodes showed the emotional moment when Todd courageously gave an official statement to detectives explaining the abuse and violence he had suffered at the hands of Theo following a savage attack that eventually left him hospitalized with several confirmed injuries. Theo's death has officially become the center of a full-scale murder investigation, leaving not only Todd under suspicion, but also several people close to him, including George Shuttleworth, Christina Boyd, and Summer Spellman. Gary Windass and Theo's former wife, Danielle Silverton, are also among those who could potentially be responsible for his deadly end. Although Todd was required to answer a series of questions from DS Lisa Connor-Swain, George became the first suspect to be formally taken in for police questioning. During his interview, he accidentally revealed that while he had remained at home for most of the evening, he later went for a walk alone after Christina rushed out to help Todd, who had been fleeing from a threatening and aggressive Theo. George's statement appeared suspicious enough for Lisa to keep him in custody overnight, and during Wednesday's May 6th episode, viewers watched him face another tense interview with the detective. As the questioning continued, George became increasingly frustrated and angry while attempting to deny Lisa's growing suspicions and accusations. When Thursday's May 7th episode aired, attention suddenly shifted toward Gary, who quickly became another major suspect in the investigation. DS Lisa Connor-Swain and DC Kit Green questioned him closely about his movements on the day Theo was murdered, while also requesting CCTV footage from the builder's yard. The footage appeared to show another mysterious figure moving in the background, and fans instantly assumed it was Gary. Viewers now believe the clip could become highly incriminating because the timestamp seemed to suggest he had not been truthful about where he was that evening. Gary attempted to explain that the security system automatically deletes recordings at the end of each day, but Lisa and Kit informed him they knew someone capable of recovering the erased footage. Soap fans already know the recovered footage would reveal Gary violently smashing Theo's van only hours before Theo died. Later in the episode, Kit informed Gary that his wife Maria had supported his alibi by confirming she had been with him at the builder's yard that evening. Maria later admitted to Gary that she had claimed responsibility for deleting the CCTV footage after the pair shared a private moment together, hoping to prevent the police from discovering Gary's attack on Theo's van. However, the biggest talking point arrived right at the end of the episode when Sally and Tim Metcalf were seen looking through photographs from Lisa and Carla Connor's wedding, which had taken place shortly before Theo's murder. During the scene, viewers noticed a selfie showing the group standing outside on the cobbles near the scaffolding where Theo's body was eventually discovered, leading fans to suspect the photograph may contain an important hidden clue about the killer's identity. As suspected killer Gary Windass tells another major lie, new Coronation Street spoilers have confirmed that Tim Metcalf accidentally turns him into the police's most wanted suspect in Theo Silverton's murder investigation. Detectives Kit Green and Lisa Connor-Swain are now watching Gary extremely closely as fresh evidence begins to pile up against him. During Thursday's May 7th episode of Coronation Street, Gary Windass's carefully constructed alibi completely fell apart after a shocking photograph appeared to place him near the scene on the same night Theo Silverton died. After spending most of the episode under intense pressure from police officers investigating the deleted CCTV footage, Gary initially appeared as though he might finally escape suspicion. However, in the dramatic closing moments, a single photograph suddenly changed the entire situation and pushed him to the top of the suspect list. Maria Connor became increasingly uneasy about Gary's unusual and suspicious behavior and started questioning him after noticing he was continuing to act completely differently from normal. Attempting to reassure his worried wife, Gary insisted that he was merely feeling stressed because of problems involving his VAT paperwork. However, Maria soon started fearing that Gary might actually have been responsible for Theo's death. Gary eventually admitted that he had done something stupid and confessed to violently smashing Theo's van on the same day the victim later died. The situation rapidly intensified inside the bistro when DS Lisa Connor-Swain arrived unexpectedly and escorted Gary away for official police questioning. During the tense interview, detectives challenged Gary over his obvious hatred toward Theo as well as threatening text messages he had previously sent him. While trying to explain why the CCTV footage from the builder's yard had disappeared, Gary claimed the recordings were routinely erased automatically at the end of every week. However, the police quickly informed him that they had access to a technical expert capable of recovering deleted surveillance footage. For a short time, it looked as though Gary might successfully avoid further trouble after Maria suddenly stepped in to provide him with an alibi. She explained to detectives that she and Gary had been together alone at the yard that evening and that she personally asked him to delete the footage so nobody would discover their private encounter. But the dramatic twist revealed during the final moments of the episode completely transformed the investigation. A photograph taken by Tim and Sally Metcalf following Carla Connor and Lisa's wedding appeared to capture Gary emerging from the scaffolding in the background on the exact night Theo died. New Coronation Street spoilers for next week reveal that Gary's nightmare is far from over and his legal troubles are only beginning to intensify. After examining the suspicious photograph, Kit and Lisa make it clear they no longer believe Gary's version of events makes sense. The detectives later visit the builder's yard themselves in an attempt to uncover additional evidence while also carefully inspecting the scaffolding poles connected to the crime scene. Although the police are still unable to recover the deleted CCTV recordings, Lisa eventually admits that investigators currently do not possess enough solid evidence to officially charge Gary with murder. Even so, Kit firmly warns Gary not to relax or feel safe because he remains the police's primary and most heavily targeted suspect in Theo Silverton's murder case. The major question now facing Coronation Street viewers is whether Gary truly killed Theo, or whether another shocking twist is still waiting to be uncovered. After closely studying the suspicious photograph, Kit Green and Lisa Connor-Swain openly admit that they no longer think Gary Windass's explanation of events is believable or consistent. The two detectives later travel to the builder's yard themselves as they continue searching for fresh evidence, while also thoroughly examining the scaffolding poles believed to be linked to the murder scene.